All right, so let's do the second page of lesson 8.5, factoring with area. So notice this is two terms. Okay, so the number 7, example number 7 is two terms, and this is square, and 100 is a perfect square. So then we can use the following formula, which is a squared minus b squared equals, let's see, a minus b times a plus b, difference of squares. So then this is x minus square root of 100 is 10, so x minus 10 and x plus 10. Okay, so this is factored completely. Number 8. At first, we see that this is not a difference of squares, but do you see a GCF? Yeah, right, 2 goes into 50, so let's factor out the GCF of 2. So then this becomes x squared minus 25. Now notice 25 is a perfect square and the x is x squared. So then this factors as, which means we can apply this formula. Okay, difference of squares. So square root of 25 is 5, so x minus 5 times x plus 5. And this is factored completely. All right, number 9. We see x squared minus 8x. What they have in common, there's a GCF here, and the GCF is x itself. So let's factor x as a GCF, and now this becomes x minus 8. Since this is not square x squared, and anyways, 8 is not a perfect square, so this is just a GCF problem. Okay, so again, if you have two terms, keep in mind it could be a difference of squares, which if that's the case, then we can apply this formula, or we can just do a GCF. All right, so let's go on to number 10. A square has an area of x squared plus 8x plus 16. Express one side in terms of x. So notice again, this is just like, you're just factoring basically. Okay, so in this case, the value of a is 1, the value of b is 8, the value of c is 16. So then this can be done with simple factoring. So let's find the multiples. Okay, find the multiples of a being 1, c being 16. So multiples of 16, that when we add those multiples, they add to, in this case, the b value, which is 8. And the only multiples of 16 that do this are 4 times 4, right? Okay, so this is simple factoring, which means x plus 4 times x plus 4 are the binomial factors of this quadratic. But the question is, express one side in terms of x. So if this is the square, if this is a square, meaning all sides are congruent or equal, right, then we know that one side is x plus 4, and the other side is also x plus 4, because again, the sides are equal, so it's just asking for 1. So I can choose either one of them because they're both the same. So that would be my answer for this. Okay, so one side, there's one side. If they ask for the two sides, then I have the two sides. Okay, number 11. Now we're switching to a rectangle. The area of the rectangle is 5x squared minus 42x plus 16. So notice this one here. A is not 1, and there is no GCF because 5 does not go into 42 nor 16. So then what I need to do is I need to express the length and width in terms of x. So that means I'm factoring. So then I need to find multiples of a times c, a being 5 and c being 16. So 5 times 16. So multiples of 80, that when we add those multiples, they add to the b value, which is negative 42. Okay, and the only multiples of 80 that do this are, well, let me backtrack on this. So let's find multiples of 80. I'm going to give you a long list if needed here. Okay, so I know that, let's see, 10 times 8 is 80, but 10 and 80 do not add to 42. They add either to 70 or 90. Then I can go down the list. What if I try an easy one? Think about 80, right? What if I divide 80 by 2? 80 divided by 2 is 40. And if I combine 2 and 40, do I get 42? Yes, right. I just need them to add to 42. But also keep in mind that when we multiply them, we end up with a positive number. So add them to a negative and multiply them to a positive, which means they both have to have the same sign. So the only way that's possible is if we have x minus 2, the 2 is minus and the 40 is also minus. Therefore, what I can do next is I can break this. I'm going to split up, okay? I'm going to split up this into 5x squared, and I hope you can see that this is convenient to group the 40 with this one here, the 4x squared, 5x squared. So minus 40x, and then minus 2x plus 16. So then from here, find a GCF on the first group. The GCF is 5x, and the GCF on the second group is that you have a negative lead, so that's minus 2. So then factoring out the GCF on the first group, 5x, and then this becomes x minus 8, and then minus 2 times x minus 16 divided by negative 2 is 8. So then notice we have x minus 8 and x minus 8, so that's the GCF in the two groups. We can factor it out and then put together 5x minus 2. And this is the answer to that problem. So I hope this wasn't too difficult for you. And that's all for this lesson. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the classroom. Bye-bye.